In this video, we'll be discussing about three methods to find the factorial of a given number. So one is the iterative method, another one is the recursive method, and the third one is the using the math, importing the math library. The first we'll try to find the factorial of a number using the iterative method. So here the number I'm using the 5 and the factorial is assigned as a 1. So here I am iterating from 1 to the number plus 1. Number is the 5, so 5 plus 1. Here what it does is already factorial is assigned 1, so it will compute for x in the range 1 to number 1, so that whatever the value assigned to the x, that factorial into the x, 1 into the x, that is 1 into 1 will be assigned to factorial 1. So next it will come for x in range 1 to number 1 plus 1 to the 6, that is okay. So this is now it is second, x will become second, factorial is already 1, so 1 into 2, 2. So similarly it again goes here and hx again goes here, and the same thing is happened, 2 into 3, 6. So similarly it goes here 4 into 6, 24. So again it goes back here and 5 into 24, 120. So 5 into 24, 120. So it's already done. So 1 to 24, because if we take it from 0, we can provide it as a 5, since we already taken it from 1. So that's what we added, one number here, that is 1 to number plus 1. So this is how it will compute the factorial, 1 to 120. So the final factorial of 5 is 120. So let's try to run and see whether we are getting 150 or not, 120 or not. So 120 is the factorial of 5. So you can change. This is 3. So factorial of 3 is 6. So run this module and see. Sorry, something happened here. Okay, I haven't changed this 3. Sorry. Now run this code. So the output should be 6. Yeah, factorial of 3 is 6. We'll be discussing the recursion method to find the factorial of a number. This is another method, that is using the recursion you can find the recursion of a number. So here we are taking the number 4 is assigned to the variable number, and we need to check whether this number is less than 0 or not, because we don't have, there is no factorial for the negative number. That's the reason we will check whether it is less than 0. If it is a negative number, we will print it as a negative number. If it is 0, the factorial for the 0 is 1. So generally we will display the factorial for the 0 is 1. Else, if it is not less than 0, if it is not equal to 0, then we'll come here factorial of the number, that is whatever the number we provided here is. It calls again the it calls the function that is called the recur underscore factorial, and providing this number, passing this number. Well, this directly goes here, this call goes here, and this value is provided here, and again here it checks if n is exactly 1. If it is 1, then it returns the 1, that is the n value, it is n. If it is not 1, then it comes here, that is whatever the n value into, again it calls the recursive function by decrementing the n value. For example, say here it is 4, no? 4, the function call, when it calls here recur factorial of 4, it comes here recur factorial with the value 4 and n value is 4. So here checks n is exactly 1, no, because n value is 4, so it comes here 4 into recur of, so 4 into, it calls the factorial, I just mentioned it as, sorry, 4 into, what it does is it calls the 3, right? So 3 function is, again it goes here, 3 is not equal to 1. If 3 is exactly equal to 1, no, it come here, and what happens is this one here 3 star into this is 2. Okay, here what is this recursive function? This again it goes here, this again it goes here with a decremented value, that is 2. N2 is exactly 1? No, it is not exactly 1, so that's the reason again it comes back here. So 2 star, again it calls a factorial function by decrementing 1, by decrementing 1. So this is how it calls. So again recursive factorial 1, it goes here, n is exactly 1, so it returns the n, that is 1. So what is now? This is equal to 4 star 3 star 2 star 1. I hope you understand this, how recursion works. So run this and see the factorial for I think, okay, sorry, the factorial of 4 is 24. The factorial of 4 is 24. There is one more direct method computing the factorial of a number. You can import the math library directly. So inside the math library there is a function called the factorial is present. You can pass the value of the which you want to find the factorial of a number. Let's say if you want to find the factorial of 5, you can directly pass the 5 to the math.factorial 5. So it will give you the factorial of that number. So similarly, let's try to find the factorial of a negative number, that is I'm taking here minus 3 hyphen 3. So math.factorial of minus 3, it should raise an exception. Let's try to run this and see what happens. Okay, factorial of 5 is 120. Factorial of 5 is 120. It's taking hyphen from here. Now run this one more time. Okay, so the factorial of 5 is 120. The first one, from where did it come from? It came from the math.factorial. This is the library. It has got one function called factorial of 5 computed, and it printed. It returned the value. The computed value is returned here and it got printed. And now I'm trying to print the negative factorial of a negative value. So math.factorial of hyphen 3. So what it is doing is it's raising an exception saying that value error, factorial not defined for the negative values. I hope you understand the concept of factorial using the iterative method, using the recursive method, using the import math library, using the math library. Thank you guys for watching my video. Thank you.